welcome to Georgina Life. On today's show, drunken shrimp, Georgina Fire, and amazing volunteers.
Georgina Cares and primping your pooch. All of this and more on today's Georgina Life.
Well, hello and welcome to Georgina Life. Today is a special day because not only is it National Volunteer Week, but we also have Grant Peckford back into house.
Thank you.
How are you?
You know, I'm great. I mean, clearly,
right?
My oncologist is I'm not his favorite patient today with the color of this skin, but it's great to be back. It's like 2 weeks went by.
Yeah.
So quickly, and I did sort of, I was on my phone and caught some social media stuff, and
right?
Yeah, so it's great to be back.
Good. Well, I'm glad that you're back. You
and
look
thanks
amazing.
for primping your pooch in the opening.
Best line ever.
Yes.
Ever. So Grant, it is National Volunteer Week, and as we all know, here at Rogers, we are all volunteers. The camera people, Betty over in the green room, and you and me.
Congratulations, and thank you for all that you do.
You too, my dear.
Thank
Imagine
you.
that, volunteers.
Yes.
I know, it's exciting,
Wow.
and it is good to be a volunteer because not only do you learn valuable skills, which is really great,
yes,
but you get to meet some pretty extraordinary people.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
over
you
the
really
seasons.
do. You do.
Over the seasons.
And this weekend was a great weekend because
Yes.
I got to go curbside shopping. So talk about shopping local, which is great because
Yes.
it was curbside giveaway.
Yes.
The day started a bit kind of rainy on Saturday, but it did improve. So I was able to go out and do some sniffing around the curb, which is always a fun thing for me to do. I like thrifting, and the best thrifting is at home. That's what I say anyway.
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, and I've certainly benefited from your thrifting over the years too, so I thank you so
true
much.
enough. True enough.
So Earth Day last week, Friday the 22nd, and since April was Earth Month, the Pefferlaw firefighters were busy. And Karen Wolf, saw her on social media. We've got an image there. Snapped this shot, posted to her Facebook page, of course, and shout out to thank you to the Pefferlaw firefighters who picked up litter in the Woodlands subdivision.
Yeah.
What a great community.
Yeah.
You know, and God love Karen. She is always out there. She is always out there. But it's really key. I mean, Earth Day is more than turning off the lights.
Yes.
You know, we really do need to focus on our community and what that looks like to keep it healthy.
Well,
so absolutely fabulous.
There were a lot of people I noticed on social media that were picking up garbage.
I was surprised, and I don't, you know, I don't mean that in a negative way, but I wonder if it's because of what we've been dealing with for the past couple of years. Let's go with that. That, you know, maybe we're a little more cognizant of what healthy community looks like.
I think you're right. I think you're right. But it was great to see because I did read something about Dental Hygiene on Demand was out with a bunch of people, and they ran into the Keswiches, which they were also out there collecting garbage.
Too.
I love that. How great. How great. But you know what? It is spring, as you said, and Anchor Health and Fitness, they are having a spring market. Now, that's on Sunday, May the 1st. Okay. So Anchor Health and Fitness Center, they are, I mean, how great is that? It's from 11 to 2 inside their gym at Anchor. There's 15 vendors supporting small local businesses. They have Glass Rose Productions on site doing Mommy and Me mini photo sessions, which are almost sold out.
Oh, good to hear.
I know.
Good
so you got to get in there like, boy, like Flynn, as they say. Get in there. So for more information, call them. Numbers up on the screen, 905-535-4449, or their Facebook page for more information, Anchor Health and Fitness Center.
Absolutely love that image too.
Yeah,
Very
it's great.
soft, very,
It's
very
great, isn't it?
welcoming.
Yeah.
Just get serious again for a moment, going back to April 22nd, MPP Carolyn Mulroney announced that 192 long-term care beds are coming to Keswick.
How nice is
that? That is so exciting. The beds will be built in a new building, and of course, when construction is completed, we'll have 192 local seniors with a new place to call home.
Nice.
And near their family and their friends, and I think that's a really key piece. Great news for the community, and obviously, Georgina, when we have more information, we'll share that with you.
Absolutely. That is wonderful.
It's fantastic.
Oh, great news.
It's just fantastic. And I mean, as gentlemen of a certain age,
25?
You know.
Just saying.
We got to look after the elders.
Well, no, we do. Absolutely.
True. It's also true. Yes.
It was just my birthday, and I'm pushing 60. I know.
Well,
I can't believe that. I still feel like I'm 16 some days. But anyway.
Well, and you only look 14, my darling, so we're good to go.
I love it. Right. So listen, yes. Queen is coming to the Stephen Leacock Theatre. That's on May the 5th at 7:30 p.m. Queen, It's a Kind of Magic. And believe it or not, they're coming like all the way from Australia.
Oh,
apparently.
Wonderful.
Yeah. So they are going to feature over 20 of the band's greatest hit dishes. We Will Rock You, Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions, Under Pressure, and Fat Bottom Girls.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I remember that one. So, yeah, it's going to be amazing. So, listen, go to forrestjonesentertainment.com for tickets and for more information. So, that's going to be a pretty amazing concert.
I mean, a voice.
Right.
You know, I mean, you know, we don't want to say Freddie over anyone else, but, that voice.
That voice.
That voice is just
oh
absolutely amazing.
Talk about talent.
And I did see a little snippet of him and his last performance on social media.
Yes.
Which was kind of interesting. Great news. Town of Georgina welcomes an announcement by the province of Ontario that's committing $24 million.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wrap my mind around. $24 million over the next 3 years for the Holland Marsh Phosphorus recycling, I'm reading this because I'll never get phosphorus out, recycling facility project. The federal government has already committed $16 million towards the estimated $40 million project. Now, our own mayor, this is wonderful news from the province. This is an important project for the health of Lake Simcoe.
Yes.
We must make improvements for the sake of the lake's ecosystem and as a source of drinking water. Says the mayor, and she wants to acknowledge and thank Ward 3, Councillor Dave Neeson, absolutely love Councillor Dave Neeson, for his hard work on this issue. His commitment to moving this project forward has been instrumental in getting to this point. According to York Region, the new Holland Marsh Phosphorus recycling facility aims to reduce phosphorus runoff from the wastewater treatment process up to 40%, removing approximately 5 tons per year. The facility is anticipated to be built on the Holland River between Bradford and King. An exact location is yet to be determined. We've got a key here for more information. Visit ontario.ca. It's up there on the screen.
That's a really
fabulous,
big deal.
Huge.
That's a big deal.
Huge what's happening.
Well, I mean, you know what? We all live up here. We love our lake.
Yes.
We want to preserve what we have for future generations.
Well, when you think about drinking water, too, I mean, it's like,
I know.
Never mind.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
It's fabulous. Yeah.
So listen, we have a show to do.
We have a huge show today.
We have some great people on the show today. We have Lori-Ann Zwicker from Georgina Fire and Rescue Services. We have Cabana Boy, who's going to be cooking up some good stuff, some drunken shrimp today. We've got Smilin Paws dog grooming, which I'm excited about. And we're going to primp our pooches. We're going to primp our pooches. We've got Roots Connecting Communities, talking about their amazing volunteers. And of course, we have Rob Grossi as well, coming up with Georgina Cares. So, Georgina, do not go anywhere because we are going to be right back with more Georgina Life after the break. Welcome back, Georgina. Now, who doesn't love a day at the spa? And who doesn't have a little pooch maybe out there who could use a day at the spa? Well, if you do, you're in luck because we have the owner of Smilin Paws Dog Grooming, Lindsay Thacker, with us today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to Georgina Life.
Thank you for having me.
You know what? It is a pleasure to have you because you know and I know that, I mean, there's a lot of dogs around these days, right?
Lots of dogs, yes.
And they all need a grooming.
Yes. They
Wow.
all deserve to be pampered.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah.
totally agree. So, Lindsay, how long have you owned Smilin Paws?
I started Smilin Paws in October of last year. I have been grooming for 7 years now, but I decided it was time to go on my own.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So, have you found that it's really busy?
It is. It is picking up, especially with the spring and the muddy weather and everything, which is quite satisfying to clean muddy dogs.
So, you enjoy what you do, right?
I love it, yeah.
I'm so glad to hear that. Now,
Yeah.
would you say that, I mean, obviously, it is a passion of yours, but I mean, would you say that it is really rewarding and why?
It's super rewarding, especially when there are nervous dogs and I'm able to like give them an environment where they can be comfortable and be their little selves and their little personalities come out and give them the confidence in grooming.
That's really great.
It's really nice.
That's really good because
Yeah.
you have sort of a unique groom location, right?
Yeah, yes, yeah.
So it's like more one-on-one?
Yeah, it's a one-on-one environment, so it's just me and the one dog. So yeah, it gives them space to be safe and comfortable.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Now, what are the main challenges that you would say?
I would say the main challenge maybe would be if they're unsure and like kind of aggressive, there's usually a reason behind it, which I will figure out usually and work with them. And it takes usually more than one appointment and they become more and more comfortable the more frequent they come.
Right.
And it's
right.
really nice to see that.
I love it. So
Yeah.
listen, you brought some pictures,
I
and I'm
did.
dying to show everybody those pictures because
Yeah.
they're adorable. So let's talk about those pictures.
Okay.
So you've got some before and afters, which I
Yeah.
think we're going to show. Oh, look at that.
So cute.
That is adorable. And I mean, that dog looks incredibly happy.
Yep.
I love it. And look at this one. That one is a huge, like, before and after.
Massive difference.
Like that, wow, talk about mats in that dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, is that a specific haircut that you give them?
So that one, he was matted, so I had to take off the matting, so you have to get underneath.
Right.
And then after, he felt so good.
You could see.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this. Oh my gosh, that dog, what kind of a dog is that? That's adorable.
That is a sheepadoodle. So it's a sheepdog and a poodle mix.
No way.
Yeah.
And oh gosh,
That's a little puppy.
what kind of haircut would that dog need?
That was her very first haircut, and she was perfect. She was perfect.
Aw. Oh, that must have been a challenge. Tell us about that one.
They are sisters, and they are actually super good. Just hairy.
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 Oh, and that dog too.
That's a sheepadoodle again, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And you know what? I know we're coming close to one of my favorites, but this one, what kind of a dog is that? That's adorable.
That is a mix. So that is, I want to say a Shih Tzu.
A Shih Tzu.
Yep, so a Shih Tzu and a poodle.
Oh, and that one. That's like a Lassie dog, but smaller?
Yeah, yeah, that's a Sheltie.
Okay, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And then this, oh, that's a tiny little one as well.
Yeah.
They must be challenging, no?
Um,
Oh, this one. This
that
one,
one.
I'm telling you, Lindsay, when I saw this picture, That dog made me laugh. Now, what kind of a dog is that?
She's a Frenchie. She was about 3 months old in that photo. That was her first grooming as well, but she was about 3 months old.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So you do sort of everything, right? From small breeds to large breeds.
Everything, yeah.
Everything. And you have training?
Yep. I went to school at Pet Grooming Academy in Richmond Hill. And I did both the courses, and here I am.
That is incredible.
Yeah.
So everything from tiny to big.
Yep. Everything.
Wow. And do you meet with the owners first?
So they reach out to me, and we kind of discuss what they would like to have done with their dog, and I kind of guide them in the right direction, and then, it comes.
Yeah, because that could be challenging, especially if the owners are kind of worried.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So obviously you're trained, I mean, if there's an aggressive dog or something, do the owners, are they forthcoming with that?
Most of the time they are.
Yeah.
Also, most of the time dogs will kind of be a certain way with their owners, and because they get away with things, and then when they come to me, they're usually not as bad as their owners say they are.
That's good news.
Yeah.
That's really good news.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to owners who, let's say, they've never been to see you before, they're kind of, they're looking for a dog groomer. What would you say? Would you advise them to contact you first, discuss the situation?
Yeah, absolutely. Just reach out with any questions. There's no such thing as a bad question. So any questions that they may have, just reach out and I'll do my best to answer them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Love it. So where do people go for more information?
For more information, you can go to my website or my Facebook page. I have Instagram or my email.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything that
Thank
you
you.
do.
Thanks for having me. Yeah.
And thank you for taking care of our little babies.
Of course.
'Cause they're our fur babies.
Yes,
as
they
you know.
are.
So I'm so excited. Thank you so, so much.
Yeah.
And Georgina, do not go away. Lots more coming up on today's Georgina Life.
Welcome back, Georgina. At the top of the show, we identified that it is National Volunteer Week, and we know that our community could not do the very good work that they do without volunteers. I'm very pleased to welcome Carolyn Grossi, Senior Manager, Roots Connecting Communities. Welcome. I haven't seen you in such a very, very long time.
We haven't seen anybody in such a very long time.
It's so true. We've really been
right.
fortunate to engage with Roots, though,
Yep.
throughout all of this, so this is fabulous. So, volunteers, how would you manage?
We couldn't. I mean, Roots runs on volunteers. So we provide transportation to people that are in vulnerable situations, right? Either financially or physically or mentally. And they're not able to take regular public transit or taxis for whatever reason. And all of our drivers are volunteers. So they're reimbursed for their mileage, but they volunteer their time and their vehicles, and they are wonderful people, right? We have so many different programs that run, and we really try to celebrate our volunteers all the time. This is just an extra special week for us to say a special thank you to them all, because we couldn't run any of the programs that we have without our volunteers.
We've got an image here of the programs that you offer. I'd like to bring up, and then if you can just give the viewers a little more detail about that menu.
Yep. So the transportation part of it, I don't know if people realize, and I've only been involved with Roots for a couple of months, and I didn't know, they do between 800 and 1,000 rides a month.
Wow.
So it's a lot of rides. We support a number of food banks in New York region where we do food deliveries for them. I think 5 right now, including Georgina. We also have our bus trips that we're running that are part of our, so I was explaining to you earlier, Roots is the transportation part, and the connecting communities part of our organization is bringing people together, and certainly after COVID, it's that whole social isolation.
It is so key.
And reintegrating everybody. So our bus trips are really taking off. We have local shopping trips every week where we take people to either Keswick or Sutton to a variety of stores. We go to Walmart every Friday, pick people up.
Gotta get to Walmart.
Gotta get to Walmart. It's got everything. And we also have started to do what I call the South of Ravenshoe trips, which are, you know, for a long time we didn't go south of Ravenshoe. So we have one tomorrow that's going to the ROM. We've gone to St. Lawrence Market. We've gone to St. Jacob's Markets. We have really great things planned for the spring and summer.
That is just so exciting because of the point you were just making. We haven't been anywhere or done anything.
No. And if they're not free, they're close to free. They're as free as we can make them.
Exactly.
And then we also have, we partner, of course, because volunteering, you know, Georgina's great with volunteers. And we share our volunteers and we share other organizations' volunteers. So we do some joint ventures with, we're going to have a bus running to the farmers market, the first, probably once a month. So we're going to be there for the opening. We are also partnering with the Chamber of Commerce for some of their great special events that they have coming up. So we're going to provide transportation to some of those. We partner with the town of Georgina and provide some transportation to some of their special events they have at the Rock. There's lots, Grant.
You know, and I think the beauty of it is, I mean, this just continues to define how community is here. And never mind volunteers, there is not one organization who can do it all themselves. And what a wonderful, wonderful experience that for the volunteers who get to do a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit someplace else. So you're not just doing that same thing over and over again.
The great things that Roots has, so we need drivers, which is great, and we're always recruiting new drivers. But if you can't drive people, we have a friendly callers program where if you're able to pick up the phone and call somebody once a week and just have a conversation with them, we have a volunteer experience that you can participate in. We have 2 new programs that are really great, just starting, which are a bit of a cyber seniors tech support.
Super. I gotta cut you off here. Where do our viewers go to get more information about all the new programs and what's already
So they can, I think underneath you have all of our socials. They can go to Roots, look at our Facebook pages and our web pages, and everything's
Gotta
there.
go. Thank you so much, Georgina. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with so much more on today's Georgina Life. Welcome back, Georgina. I cannot tell you how excited I am personally to have our next guest, Lori Ann Zwicker. It has been such a very, very long time. Deputy Fire Chief, Georgina Fire and Emergency Services. So good to see you and welcome back.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be back.
No, it's like old times.
It is.
So you are back, new role. Could you share with our viewers what that looks like?
Certainly. So Deputy Fire Chief, I primarily will be taking care of fire prevention and public education. So I will work very closely with Fire Prevention Officer Kaylee Howder.
Love her.
And in addition, I'll be doing the analytics and doing data research. And also succession planning is a very important part.
Yes.
And our community risk assessment.
Okay. So I want to ask you, because Georgina, Lorianne brought me notes, which always, always helps. What is a community risk assessment?
Thank you. Yes. So the community risk assessment is when we will identify, we will analyze and evaluate all the risks that there are in this community.
Okay.
Then what we do is we prioritize those risks and we determine how the fire service will respond to those, whether we meet them, mitigate them. And the key to it is that every year we review this assessment and ensure that we're meeting the community's needs.
So important.
Absolutely.
So important. Don't give the community what they don't need.
That's right.
Exactly.
We're going to look at what they do need and then meet those needs.
Fantastic. So I just wanted, the Emergency Preparedness Week is May 1 through the 7th. And I love this, be ready for anything.
Absolutely. If we've learned anything over the last 2 years, we need to be ready for anything. Yeah. And there are key parts of that I'll review with you today,
Please
actually.
do. Yes.
So the first is actually knowing some risks. Knowing risks like flooding, for instance. We're in the spring. It's going to occur. Tornadoes, power outages. We just had one on Saturday, a small one in Jackson's Point for about an hour. And then, of course, we need to look at the winter weather as well.
Yes.
Every time I'm here and I speak with you, I always talk about having that plan.
Yes.
Right? And a plan is also very important during emergency outside of your home. If we take a look at the tornado that occurred in Barrie last year, we had people that worked at home, and we had people who were working away from home. We say have an emergency plan when you're at home. But what about those families who have other members working outside of the home? Yes. As much as it's important to have that home plan, have a plan where you can meet outside of the neighborhood, because all of those residents could not get back to their home. So have that meeting place outside of your neighborhood as well. Yeah. Then you should have a plan, get all of those emergency contact numbers that you need. Yes. And also have a kit built for 72 hours.
And you know, and we've talked about this for years. It's that kit, and people go, what's in that kit? I'm sure I've got that kit. And
that's right. 72 hours of food for your family, non-perishable, easy foods that you can make. Water, batteries for your flashlights and your radio. Make sure that you have one of those really great battery banks for your cell phone.
Yes.
And then any medications and any important documents should all be inside your kit, because if you have to leave in an emergency, that kit is ready to go.
And you mentioned cell phones, so I just want to jump in there. So all of those telephone numbers and connections, have them someplace other than in your phone, right?
That is correct.
Written
on that
down.
Information emergency card inside your kit.
Yes.
Because if you do not have a charged cell phone.
Oh, pshaw.
Pshaw, yes. You're going to end up not knowing those numbers. Yes. And then, of course, when you are out there, make sure you stay connected with reliable information. Okay. So we know that we can listen to the news, we have social media, but make sure you have a reliable source that's providing you the information that you need to know around your community and what you need to know in order to stay aware of what's going on, and that you are ready and prepared in the event you have to leave your home. You need to have that information.
And there's a little bit of panic around that too, because our entire lives are, you know, in our home and on our phone, but they're in our home, and why panic over what's happening 150 kilometers away?
That's right.
Let's get that. I love that, because social media can take us to places that we don't need to go.
That's
so
correct.
Yeah, make sure that we are connected to who we need to be.
And it's so May 1st to May the 7th is Emergency Preparedness Week, and all of the information is also available on our website, so that you're able to get those key points that I discussed with you today. And it really rolls into our community risk assessment, because as we learn more about our community, fire services will be able to reach out and meet more of those services that are needed.
And it's so important, because we are still in a little bit of kerfuffle, not really knowing where we are and where we're going and what takes priority, and the plan. I mean, I love that. It is so key to have a plan, but understand what that plan is. So running out of time, I've got 30 seconds. Where are we going to get all of this information?
You can go to georgina.ca/fire. And click on Emergency Preparedness. It's right there for you.
Fantastic. Lorianne, so good to see you. Thank you so much. Georgina, do not go anywhere, and have a plan. Stay with us. So much more on today's Georgina Life.
Welcome back, Georgina. Have you ever wanted your own Cabana Boy? I don't know about you, but I've always wanted a Cabana Boy. And if you do, you're in luck because we have our very own Cabana Boy, Steve Vernon, Cabana Boy personal chef and catering with us today. Steve, I know you're there. How are you?
I'm good, Linda. How are you?
I'm really good. I see that you're all prepped up, ready to go. You're in your kitchen. You're all dressed up. Now, Steve,
Yep.
Cabana Boy, personal chef and catering. How did that all happen?
Well, I've been cooking for many years, and I went through cooking school before I was a teacher, and I've always kept that catering business going on the side. And I've just kept on doing it, and now I'm doing it again a little more.
I love it.
And the name Cabana Boy came about from some of my wife's friends throwing some names around, and I liked it, and because I am their Cabana Boy when they visit. So.
I love that. So, Steve, what are we making today?
Today we are going to make some drunken shrimp with some saffron rice and a hot pepper sauce.
I love it. So, let's start cooking. What do we do first?
Okay. So we're just going to heat up our pan.
All right.
And for this dish, we're putting in butter and oil. Does shrimp like butter and oil?
Really? They like butter and oil. Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Just going to get that heated up. Now, here we have 5 cloves of garlic I already chopped up.
Okay.
You can put in as much garlic as you want, 1 clove, 10 cloves, a whole thing of garlic. That works too. It just depends on how many shrimp you're going to use. I have about a pound of shrimp that we're going to use right here.
Nice. Nice. I like the fact that you can put as much garlic in it as you want.
Yeah. So I'm just putting in 5 cloves. It's just a personal taste.
Right.
It doesn't have to cook too long in there.
Okay.
And the other thing to always remember when you're doing shrimp is don't cook them too long. Now, these are nice sized shrimps.
Yes.
Pretty big, but they really only take maximum 5 minutes to cook. That's pretty much it.
Really?
Okay, so that garlic is ready, and I'm adding in my shrimp now.
Nice. So they only really take 5 minutes or so. So they change color, right?
They're going to change color, and I'm just going to flip them once. These are a wild Argentinian shrimp.
Ooh.
And
that's fancy, Steve.
you always have to be careful when you're buying shrimp to not get the ones with too much salt. So look at the back because they package them with a lot of salt. These ones aren't too bad on the salt level.
Okay, good, good. Oh, they're looking good.
So these are going. I'm going to add a bit of some nice chopped green onion.
Okay. So this isn't too complicated a dish to do, right?
What was that?
It's not too complicated a dish to
I just
do?
couldn't hear.
I know Zoom is so much fun.
No. Really, really easy one. I'm just going to turn these little shrimp over.
Oh, gosh. Nice.
I'm also adding a little bit of chopped red peppers for some color.
Okay, chopped red pepper. Okay, excellent.
That's just going to cook for, like I said, maybe 5 minutes, just so they're not translucent anymore.
Right.
Because they're going to keep cooking from their own heat.
Okay. Now, is this a dish? Is this a dish that it goes all in one pot or all in one pan?
All in one pot, yes.
Nice.
Definitely all in one pan.
I like that.
Now we're
I like that. All right. So, Steve, we got 5 minutes left. So, where are we at with our dish now? Oh, I know. Zoom is always so much fun, right? Because you just never know what's going to happen. So we're going to try and get Steve back because obviously his shrimp is cooking, Grant.
Well, I know, and I was really curious about that saffron rice too.
I know, right?
Just,
I just love the name Cabana Boy, Grant.
well, I want to know what makes the shrimp drunk. That's what I want.
Me too.
I know. It's like, okay, so drunken shrimp.
I know.
Okay.
We're kind of like in the balance here. And we're hanging.
I mean, I love that. The whole bulb of garlic, that'd be for me. I don't care if it's 4 shrimp or 40 shrimp.
No kidding, right?
Yeah, yeah.
No kidding.
There was no such thing as too much garlic.
There is no such thing as too much garlic. No. I know. I know.
I just kept hearing it. And I thought, you know, yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's okay. You know what? If we lost him, we lost him. What we're going to do if we did lose him, we're going to get the recipe so that we can actually have it for you.
Yes.
And hey, listen, I want to know what he's going to put in the shrimp.
What?
Oh my gosh.
I do believe he's back.
Okay, good. I'm glad he's back. Okay, Steve, where are you now? Come on, Cabana Boy. We want to see those shrimp.
Are we back?
I'm hoping we're back.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, so here is saffron rice ready to go.
Okay.
And we're going to put our shrimp down on it all around.
Oh, Grant, we need to
Wow.
have this.
Oh, I want to taste now.
I know, right? So we missed some steps here. What else did you add? You added the red pepper, and then what else did you put in there?
I put some green onion on.
Okay.
Right?
And some red pepper, and that was really it. And then we're going to add a little bit of some hot sauce for people who are interested in a little bit of heat.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That looks amazing.
What do you think, Grant?
Okay.
Wow.
That's beautiful.
I don't know where I would start.
And that all goes in one pan.
That goes all in one pan, yeah.
That is fantastic. So, Steve, where do people go to get a hold of you?
They can look at my Facebook page, Cabana Boy, and it has pictures of things I've done and some contact info, right? Or they can email me at the information that you put up before, or give me a call and we can talk about their next event.
That's fantastic. Steve, thank you so, so much for everything that you do and for being everybody's Cabana Boy.
Anytime, Linda.
Thank you so much, Steve. And listen, take care, and we will see you soon, hopefully on set. You never know.
Okay.
Thanks,
Super.
Steve. Bye, Steve.
Have a good day.
Bye, Steve. Wow, the
So what do you think?
presentation.
I know, right?
Like, wow, the presentation. I mean, those shrimp look huge.
They were massive.
My gosh.
They were like Argentinian
Just-
shrimp or something.
Oh,
I know, right?
I think I've lost my mic here.
Don't worry about it. It's all good, Grant.
Well,
The
we
joys of live television.
Yeah.
It's all good. Listen, Georgina, unfortunately, you know, that happens with Zoom, happens with live TV, but that's okay. We'll get you the recipe. And do not go away because guess what? We have lots more coming up on today's Georgina Life. We got Rob Grassi after the break, so do not go anywhere. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back, Georgina. We all know and love our great community, and we all know and love that Georgina does indeed care. And we're very excited because, well, I'm excited because we have Rob Grassi with us today, and you're the founder and the president of Georgina Cares.
Yeah, well, yeah, thank you, Linda. It's a great organization that has survived, I guess, just 26 years now. So we're And, you know, Rogers is a big part of what Georgina Cares is all about because of our annual auction. And we help kids be kids in this community through Georgina Cares. And we do other things like our Compassion Fund, and we do our scholarships.
Well, and that's exciting too, because I don't think a lot of people know that you actually do scholarships.
Yeah, a few years ago, you know, we were fortunate enough to have some money in the bank, and we got some interest off of that money, and the board had a meeting, and we decided what we wanted to do was help young people in this community who were going on to further their education by providing some sort of a scholarship. So we started the scholarship fund, and it's been in existence for, geez, probably 12 or so years now, and we hand out some pretty good money to some deserving kids in this community.
That's amazing. I know you brought some pictures too.
Yeah, there's I think these are last year's recipients. That's
Nice.
Sarah Burns, who's on the screen right there, and that guy in the shorts with legs is me. Sarah Burns was one of our recipients. Great young lady. And now each of the recipients receive a $1,500 scholarship, which is a lot of money.
Yes.
That's Renee Wag from Sutton, I believe. She went to Keswick High, and that's with Holly Doyle, who is our administrator, who you've had on the show before.
Yes.
With Georgina Cares. She's there. And that is Brooklyn. I forget Brooklyn's last name.
Oh.
But Brooklyn, she received $1,500 as well. She was a grad in 2021. Great young people.
That's amazing. And $1,500.
Yeah, that's, you know what, and what we want is we want people in this community, like a young person who's graduating from one of the high schools in town, if they could get in touch with us. It's a it's a 500-word essay you have to do. We want you to tell us how you have made an impact in the town of Georgina over your high school years. You know, whether you've volunteered, whether you've taken part in some extracurricular activities that have really had an impact in the town of Georgina. We want you to write an essay. You got to get it in by the end of next week, so it's May 7th, I think, is the deadline. We got to get it in, and we want to help young people who are furthering their education.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I love those pictures too, because you can see how excited they are.
Well, you know what? And $1,500, I know when I was, I mean, $1,500 in my day was probably $3, but $1,500 is a lot of money and there's no strings attached. Sometimes when you have a scholarship, you know, you have to put it towards your tuition. We're saying, I mean, if you're taking a trades course and you need to buy some tools or something like that, and you've been a good contributor to this community, Georgina Cares wants to help you, you know, so that's where the $1,500 goes. So we're looking for applicants. Now, what I should tell you is you don't have to attend a Georgina high school. You can be a Georgina resident that attends a high school in Newmarket, in Markham, and, you know, if it's a specialty school, that's okay, as long as you have been a contributor within this community.
Nice.
And we want you to apply, because Georgina Cares is all about helping people in the community, whether it's through our Compassionate Fund, if there's a fire or an emergency with a family, or whether it's through our regular fund where, you know, Johnny or Jane want to continue in a program, we want to help you. But the scholarship fund is really important because it really exemplifies who the next leaders in our community are.
Right. Yeah, that's absolutely true.
Yeah.
So tell me, is this rewarding work for you?
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, in my, you know, my political experience and everything else, I love this community. But I love seeing the young people grow. Some of these kids that I would hand a scholarship to, I read to them when they were in grade 1 or grade 2 because I would be invited to the schools, and I would see them grow and mature within this community. And, you know, we don't often hear about the fantastic young people in this community that have made great strides. And I was just at a baseball game the other day, and Stephanie Dunthorne, some people might know Stephanie Dunthorne, she was behind one of these cameras years ago. She now works independently, but she does all the Blue Jay games. She does the Maple Leaf games. And I would go down and I see her, and I can remember when she was a little girl and she aspired to be a camera person and get involved in local community. And I think she was a volunteer with Rogers, and now she does all the Blue Jay games and Leaf games. So that's something I'd love to be able to do, you know.
No kidding.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. So, I mean, there's great young people in this community, and they don't have to, I want to emphasize, they don't have to be going to a university course. It can be a trade. They can be doing something that's, because today it's a much different world. Try to find somebody who you know, who knows how to fix a small engine today. You need people that are able to do that as well. So.
Or groom dogs.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. So, you know, whatever their interest is and whatever they can apply themselves to, we want to help them out. But we need them to write an essay, 500 words, submit it to Georgina Cares. Let us know what a great individual you've been in this community for the last, well, for all of your life, but especially for your high school years, and we'll help you out.
Wow, that's fantastic. Yeah. So, Rob, how do they do this? Where do they go? And if they want more information, how do they find it?
Well, we can go, I think we're going to put up our website, georginacares.ca. They can go there. They can phone me, but Holly Doyle is our administrator. She's the one. If you just get in touch with Georgina Cares at rogers.com or georginacares.ca, get all the information there, and we'll be able to help you and steer you in the right direction. Or go to your high school.
Right, like the guidance department.
The guidance department, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, and they have the information there.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you know what? Thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for this, because that's so important. Now, okay, before we go anywhere.
Yes.
You do have the bursaries, yes, but you mentioned a little bit something about helping people, and if they're in trouble, they can come to you.
Yeah, we have what's called the Compassion Fund, and if there's a situation that exists in town where someone finds out that there's a medical emergency and you've got to travel down to Sick Kids Hospital, or if there's a fire in town or something, you don't hear an awful lot about us because we don't want to be on the front page. But behind the scenes, we're the ones that want to be there and give you some gift certificates so you can buy a toothbrush and, you know, and buy some clothes and stuff like that, or help pay for parking down at the hospital, or give you some gift cards or something. So that's what our organization is all about, is we want to help people.
Rob, thank you so much, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for what you do. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And listen, Grant, I know you're there.
Yes, I'm over on the couch. Mr. Grossi, always wonderful to see you, sir, and thank you so much for what you do for our community.
Thanks, Grant.
So, listen, Georgina, we'll see you next time on the next episode of Georgina Life. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Stay well.
Thanks, Georgina Life.